All right, let's dive into a really fascinating problem today. We're going to talk about how to take these massive, basically inaccessible archives of Korean documents and turn them into a powerful source of knowledge. And we're going to see how a custom-built AI is the key to unlocking it all.
You know that feeling, right? It's so frustrating. You find the perfect report, the exact piece of data you've been looking for, but it's trapped in some weird file format that your computer just refuses to open. It really is like finding a treasure chest but having absolutely no key.
Well, for anyone working with Korean public data, this isn't just a rare thing. It's a daily reality. So much of the crucial information is locked away in HWP files. That stands for Hangul Word Processor. It's the standard for government agencies over there, but it has almost zero support anywhere else in the world.
This whole situation creates what the tech world calls a data silo. It's a fancy term for a really simple, annoying problem. You've got valuable information that's just stuck. It's isolated, it's walled off, and it's completely unusable by any other system. And these HWP files, they are a textbook example of a data silo. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if we could take all that sleeping data just sitting there inside those files and wake it up? What if we could build a smart AI assistant that could actually read it, understand it, and even answer our questions about it?
So how do we build this thing? Well, the master key is really made of two powerful parts. First, there's Llama Index, which is a fantastic framework for building AI apps. And second, we use a really clever technique called RAG. That stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Just think of these two as the brain and the strategy for our new AI assistant.
And the best part is, this isn't some super complex, far-off dream. Building this AI assistant is actually a practical, four-step process that anyone can really follow. So let's just walk through the basic game plan.
So it all breaks down into four really logical steps. First, you've got the setup. That's just getting your tools ready. Second, you load the document using a special reader to basically pry the raw text out of that locked HWP file. Now, the third step, indexing, is where the magic really starts. We chop up text into manageable pieces so the AI can actually work with it. And finally, step 4 is query. We open a direct line of communication and start having a real conversation with our document.
So what's the payoff for all this? Well, you can take a super dense, complicated economic report stuck in an HWP file, ask it a direct question like, hey, what happens to the Korean market if the US raises interest rates? And you get a perfect, concise, and accurate summary just like this. The AI went in, found the core conclusion, and told you, yeah, some money might leave, but it's not a big deal. That is just incredible.
Okay, so that's what you do. But what's the AI actually doing behind the scenes? How does it pull this off? Let's take a quick peek under the hood at the AI's internal process. This whole process, this RAG pipeline, it kind of mirrors our 4 steps. But from the AI's perspective, it loads the text, then it indexes it. And this part is absolutely crucial. It converts every little chunk of text into something called a vector, which is just a long list of numbers that represents its meaning. You can think of it like a unique GPS coordinate for every single idea in the document. So when you ask a question, the AI turns your question into a vector too. And then it just looks for the text chunks with the closest coordinates. Finally, it hands those relevant chunks and your original question to a big language model to generate a brand new, precise answer. And this table just lays it out perfectly. It shows the relationship between what you do and what the AI does. You perform a few pretty simple actions, and in response, the AI runs through this whole sophisticated load, index, retrieve, generate pipeline. It's a really powerful partnership between what you want to know and the AI's ability to find it.
The really crucial point here is that this isn't just about HWP files. This whole thing is a blueprint. It's a repeatable strategy for unlocking the potential of any data that you have that's currently locked away or just hard to use.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, the big takeaway is that difficult file formats are no longer a dead end. They're just not a barrier anymore. This process gives you the power to build a custom AI assistant that's an expert on your specific documents. Essentially, you can turn any static collection of files, reports, PDFs, internal wikis, you name it, into a dynamic, intelligent knowledge base that you can actually talk to. And that brings us to the final, and I think the most important question. Now that you know how this works, the key is in your hands. So, take a look at the data all around you, in your work, in your research, your personal projects. What sleeping data are you going to awaken?